Happy Monday. Welcome to another edition of Barn Burner. There in his palatial estate, somewhere on the water, Rhett Warner. Here in our construction-riddled Marta Loop studios, Jack and I. Welcome to a Monday. Rhett, how are you, buddy?
How was parking?
I get here quite early, and it's usually pretty good. I have never parallel parked into such a small spot. Like, it was a 26-point turn, nearly had a bumper in front and behind. Found it, though, on the block. Got to earn it, though.
It's nice to challenge yourself sometimes. You got to do that.
Thank you. Yeah. This program is brought to you by Bet365. If you're watching the games already, I mean, get in on the action. It's never ordinary with Bet365. And if you want to get involved, there's an easy way to do it. Jump into our live comments on the YouTubes. You want to make sure that comment gets read. Attach a monetary amount to it, whether that's Aussie dollars, Canadian dollars, Swiss francs, euros, American dollars.
The won?
We'll accept won, yen. Whatever you got, wherever you're at, you can add it into the program. That all goes to the Youth Centers of Calgary, a safe place for kids after school before parents get home, whether it's a warm meal, playing with pals, reading a book, learning an instrument. Youth Centers of Calgary are there to help. All proceeds going to Youth Centers of Calgary from our Super Chats, which is way better than funding Rhett's high-octane gasoline speeding home from Medicine Hat.
Big game last night. Had to go watch. Couldn't miss it.
Tell me about the weekend. So you noted you may have been doing today's show in Medicine Hat. You obviously woke up and said, screw that, we're hitting the road.
I just didn't sleep in as much as I thought. I didn't drink as many beer, hence I could get up and drive. So it was excellent.
Well, that's disappointing.
Both good and bad, right?
So take us down to Sweet Willie D's Palace in Medicine Hat. What did you say?
Sweet Willie D, they had a hell of a start again, and then the boys kind of kicked their feet up, and they were worried going in as they hadn't been pushed very heavily. The old Tigers of the Hat. Yeah. And Spokane definitely pushed them. Spokane looked really good. Yeah,
what were they, 13-1 or something hilarious coming into the last night? It was hot knife through. Now, did you take the young man, or were you flying solo in Medicine Hat?
The young man looks like McKenna's got a bit of a boo-boo, maybe a hip.
Oh, a hip. That's no good.
A bit of a hip.
How was your pregame speech to the Tigers? Because I saw they did.
Was not invited down for a speech, shockingly. Maybe they needed me. Like, come on, fellas, let's go.
Here to help.
I mean, just
just want to be. Did you see what happened to the Blades when they let him speak? Keep him the hell away from the room. Suites, yes. Dressing room, no. We got a great show for you today. Owen Newkirk's going to join us from the Stars podcast. He's Stars broadcaster, been covering the Stars, stretching back over a decade to the Texas Stars of the American League. When I was working in that league, we'll talk Rantanen. Also, we've got a historically bad baseball team. We do have some updates from the Western Hockey League. The bracket is getting interesting. All these series are like, yeah, okay, into it. We still don't know whether you can kick a puck into the net and what's the kicking motion. We'll try to sort that out. And 2 games tonight, including games 4 in Carolina and Edmonton, where the home teams are the underdogs, at least by seeding, and have a chance to go up 3-1. How much hockey did we watch outside of the Medicine Hat Arena or whatever they're calling it?
No. And it was good to turn on the radio and listen to the baseball game instead of the hockey game on the ride down. Which
sure, you're happy about that. Yeah.
Ideal. That was, yeah. So
Anthony Santander, you're like, come on, it's round 2 of the playoffs.
Yeah, like what are we talking? I thought these games didn't matter yet. Why are we playing?
Watch the Canes Washington game.
Where let me think about that. Something had happened late in that game.
It was so boring.
You know what's happening? We got 2 very good defensive hockey clubs and 2 goalies that aren't letting anything in. In fact, you could go right now, Jack, for it. Apparently you don't know how to type this guy's email address either. Let's send this again. Oh, my bad. Oh, this one's on me. Sorry, Jack.
Details.
Oh.
Our guest was...
he really threw you under the bus there, didn't he, Jack? That was nice.
He did, yeah.
Well, Jack's spelling is notorious from coast to coast to coast. How do you spell Owen, Jack? It's not O-N.
O-W-E-N.
Okay, there it is. I forwarded it to you. We'll get our guest on in moments. I was saying something. Remind me. Oh, yeah, the goaltending. So there's Money Puck is one of the numerous nerd sites for stats, and they compiled this list, Jack, of the top netminders in the postseason. And to no surprise, it is Carolina and Washington goalies. Her right at the top. Logan Thompson's been awesome for the Caps. And Freddie Anderson, hurt bag, when he's healthy, good goalie. So there it is. It's a lot in a small amount of space, but all you need to know, top two goalies by goals saved above expected, Logan Thompson and Freddie Anderson. So you've got we're good at defense, and both of our goalies are playing very well. Between the two goalies, 18 goals saved above expected, meaning, yeah, an average netminder would have allowed 9 more than each of these guys. That's impressive. Or it's really nerdy and we don't care. You can weigh in on either side of that, Rhett.
I'm curious at who's at the bottom of that list.
Yeah, Connor Hellebuck had a tough round one, Rhett. He really did.
Oh, damn.
And then old Stu. Aiden Hill surprisingly down there too, which
I don't
that
think
year they won the cup. He was awesome.
Yeah.
He's been less than awesome this year.
He's less awesome this year. Yep.
And Bobrovsky looks like he might have turned the corner. He's almost at sea level, but rough first few games of the Toronto series. Never mind round one against Tampa.
Are we trying to just prove that that series is lame and boring and not worth watching, or what are we?
Yeah, it's kind of adding on to the, hey, nothing's happening. And it's like, yeah, and even if you do get a chance, these goalies are going to make it look routine. So
still not going to happen. Yeah,
they'll play at 5 tonight, Washington, Carolina. Carolina, huge favorites, minus 275 for Bet365. And Vegas and Edmonton go at 7:30. The Oilers, slight favorites in that one. Okay. We have sent the email. We are almost ready to go.
He's ready to
We are ready to go. Let's jump to our insider hotline. We do that for Crystal Waters, plumbing and heating. Well, and you know what it is right now for Crystal Waters? Air conditioning season. Don't be fooled by the rain here today. It's about to get hot in Calgary. And, well, you want to trust anyone with your home? No, probably not. Get 10% off a new air conditioner and receive 1 year of free preventative maintenance with Crystal Waters. They're your crystal clear choice for all residential plumbing, heating, and cooling services. Give them a call, 403-219-4100. This man's been talking about the Dallas Stars and their prospects for well over a decade. Owen Newkirk joins us from the Stars podcast. Newkirk, it's been a long time. How are you, buddy?
Pinder, my goodness, it's what is it? 2012, I think. Abbotsford,
18,
right? The Heat.
Yeah. Oh, the Heat were Heat. They were.
Think about this. It's been so long since we've known each other that the Calgary AHL affiliate played 45 minutes away from Vancouver, which to this day still racks my brain.
Not within 2 time zones of anyone else either. Owen. It wasn't like it was a popular place to be.
You know, I thought our travel schedule in Texas was tough, especially when Houston and San Antonio went away, and Oklahoma City. But how about you guys? I mean, on an island.
It was no good. It was no good. It's better here. I'm in a studio 8 blocks from my home. There's Rhett Warner at his house with numerous statues behind him, winning lots of things. I'm sure, Rhett.
I want to make an Anchorman joke about his rich mahogany smell and has many leather-bound books.
I don't read them, but I have them. Yeah.
You don't have to read them. It's just display.
Jack can't read either. That's fine. No big deal. Actually, Rhett rips through books. He's a hell of a reader. Let's get into the Stars series against the Jets. But to do that, I think to paint the full picture, we got to go back to the arrival and acquisition of Mikko Rantanen, because their fortunes this postseason have totally swung with him getting on one of the all-time heaters of the NHL postseason.
You know, that was we were talking about this on our show the other day. By the way, a quick shameless plug. It's DLLS Stars. You can check us out on our YouTube channel, which is DLLS Sports. You can also check our website, alldlls.com. Okay. My boss will be happy I said that. So thanks. We were talking about this on the show. It was me and Craig Ludwig last night. Sorry, guys. I don't know what day it is. I was talking to Pinder on the phone earlier. It's either game day or not game day in the playoffs. Apparently it's Monday. That's news to me too. So last night after the game, which was game 3, we were talking about how when Rantanen was first acquired at the deadline, the thing that jumped out of the page more than anything else was his playoff numbers, 100 points in 80 games. And you're going, man, that guy's a beast in the postseason. We know what he was like and how important he was with Colorado. And especially when you get into their run to the Stanley Cup in 22, he was a big factor. But then, things just sort of happened early on. And he had a couple of points early and then was kind of quiet. Fortunately, I think from my analysis, we had a lot of experience with Joe Pavelski being in Dallas. And Joe is a phenomenal player, Hall of Famer in my take, great human being, did not play well in his first 60-plus games. So when he came to Dallas, it was right before the lockdown. It was 2019, 2020. He just didn't look like Joe Pavelski. And a lot of people, and we were part of it, saying maybe this is why San Jose didn't extend a contract and why they let their captain walk. Well, after the lockdown shutdown in the spring of 2020, and then the Edmonton bubble emerged, and it was like Pavelski unlocked. He was his normal self again. And for the next 3 years, he looked just like Joe Pavelski and was an incredible influence in the room. I mean, talk about a mentor to Wyatt Johnston and everything that he brought to the Dallas Stars. He vastly increased our leadership group in Dallas. I think he helped Jamie Benn immeasurably in that category as well. And then the end of last season, we started to see Father's Time catching up. And Joe always said he was never built on speed in his game. But even then, it looked like the game was getting past him a little bit. So it was a shame they couldn't win the cup for him last year because, there's always guys that deserve it that never do it in their NHL careers. He's one of those. Well, I tell you all that to say that was exactly the feeling with Mikko Rantanen was, hey, take your time. The difference is Mikko came to Dallas. He's in the prime of his career. Joe was sort of at the back end of it. But be patient. He'll be fine. But I'm going to be very honest, of course. There's no way any of us would have, even with that being said, predicted 17 playoff points in his last 6 playoff games. I mean, it's unbelievable what he's doing.
End of the Colorado series. I like that was a weird one. It didn't seem like momentum existed. Colorado looked great at home. They come to Dallas. Dallas looks great. Back and forth we go. You really didn't get a sense of one team taking over. Every game was like a fresh roll of the dice. There's got to be a lot of reflecting and looking in the mirror if you're the Colorado front office watching that guy rip your heart out in game 6 and 7.
Yeah, I mean, I understand initially. I think I understand. So let's back up. I'm not in the minds of Joe Sakic and Chris McFarland. Right. I think I sort of, from the outside perspective, get where they're coming from. They were having a very stiff negotiation with Mikko Rantanen's representation, or his agent, whatever. And they felt they were at an impasse. That's the, everything you hear and talk to people, it feels like they were, I don't know if terrified is the right word, but they were concerned that they were going to lose him for nothing in free agency. Hindsight, Mikko didn't want to go anywhere. He wanted to play the rest of his career in Colorado. So they clearly misread the situation. Now, to be fair, did his agent also misread things because he was playing such hardball because he knew he wasn't going to go anywhere? And they were clearly blindsided by him being traded to Carolina. So in that sense, maybe both sides are at fault for not sort of taking a step back and realizing what's best for the player. Rhett, I mean, you played for a long time. I think one of the things that sticks in my brain is Mark Janko, the Stars assistant general manager, has told us that he thinks it's, and he means this genuinely, this isn't just management speak. It's vitally important to not try to win negotiations. It's to try to make sure that both sides are relatively okay with it. Because if one side wins it too much, there can be resentment on the other side. And I think that's something that they were concerned about in Colorado.
Well, that's always one of the things they say about the RFAs when they go to arbitration is it gets ugly in there, right?
Exactly.
In the lawyer, in the whatever, in front of the judge or whoever is making the determination. Well, you're trying to paint your player as the worst player in the world. Okay. What do you want me for if I'm that shitty? So yes, I do agree with that because it's a negotiation, but there shouldn't be animosity between it. Like, especially the guy like Rantanen.
And do you guys remember of course you do, the Jeremy Swayman situation, as Rhett just pointed out. A year ago, he went through RFA arbitration and heard from the Bruins representative at that arbitration hearing all the reasons why he shouldn't be given the money that he wants. But we'll sign you again. It's an ugly part of that. And I think trying to avoid arbitration is probably a smart move by most people. Well, what happened? Swayman went from happy-go-lucky, great to be here NHLer to, my eyes have been open to the business side of it. And he was, and I completely respect how he did this, ruthless with his negotiation for his big contract. Now look at the flip side. Look, what did the Dallas Stars do? They saw Swayman's deal. Their management approached Jake Ottinger and said, this seems like a pretty fair deal. What do you guys think? And they basically signed him for the same money without the months of drama and media talk. And I mean, obviously Swayman learned from his arbitration situation the year before. And while he's still in Boston and he signed a big, long deal, I'm sure that stuck with him. I mean, players don't let that stuff go, right? If you hear a bunch of negativity, even from the team that wants to give you all the money, we all know it. The memory banks know. I mean, players latch on to the littlest things for motivation anyway, let alone something this big.
Yeah, the management's telling you, wow, that's just negotiations, just business. Well,
can't unhear that.
Yeah. Remember that
negotiating with my wife. She's not going to unhear it.
Very fair. But anyway, to bring it back to the Rantanen question mark is just that he's been such a professional from our standpoint, covering him in Dallas. He went through a gauntlet. He had to go to Carolina. When he first got to Dallas, it was at the deadline and he met the team in Edmonton. The team was actually traveling. They left before the deadline passed. I think Jim Nill gave the team the go ahead of everybody that's on the plane can go, because you don't want to be stuck on a team charter flight to Edmonton when you're about to go to Carolina. And Logan Stankoven didn't go on that trip for that reason. Jim Nill stayed behind. He did his thing, and then I think he met the team later. So Rantanen meets the team in Edmonton. We don't really have the full Dallas media because it's in Canada. It's not in Texas. And so after that road trip, which I believe extended to Vancouver the next day, gosh, I can't even remember yesterday, let alone a month or two ago. Came back and we had a practice day and a full media, and he came in and immediately said, I want to set the record straight. I did not tell Carolina that I'm not going to sign here when I first got there. He said that happened about a week before the deadline. I gave them a real chance, and it just didn't feel right for the next 8 years, whether it was on the ice or off the ice. It didn't feel right from a hockey perspective. And so I thought I was doing the right thing by telling them, go ahead and trade me if you'd like, because I'm not going to sign in free agency. And that was a big sticking point because there were people out of Carolina. And of course, Brind'Amour probably stepped in it a little bit by saying he never wanted to sign here. And that wasn't true, but I didn't really know Mikko Rantanen, the human being, before this year. I mean, we watched him for years, but just hearing, he has backed up everything he said. He's done every media request. He's extremely polite. He's not shy to make sure his point is heard, but I can't imagine the emotions that he's gone through being ripped away from Denver without wanting to. Then of course the whole Carolina thing, the Four Nations sprinkled into that. Mm-hmm. He's handled things extremely well. Of course it's going to take a little bit of time, but this playoff series is it's kind of stupid how good he is, because I looked at it last night. He has double the points from game 5 against Colorado. So his last 6 games, he has double the points of the next highest score in the he's lapped the field in the NHL playoffs.
That's wild.
I know.
I think they had a goal last night, which was the first out of 14 goals where he wasn't involved.
Back to game 5.
Yes.
Ridiculous. And then he had 2 more points after that, including that big goal that made it 4-2.
He was not done.
Yeah.
Okay. You mentioned the Four Nations. We got familiar with Thomas Harley there. I think he's always sort of been a favorite of the stats folks. And I always thought of him as a really good up and coming defenseman. I know when Chris Tanev went there from Calgary a couple of years ago, they'd run into injuries. He was playing a bit more, but I don't know that I thought he'd be this good. Tell us about his postseason. And they've locked up most of this young core, but it is he and Jason Robertson that are going to need deals. Everyone else has got a long-term deal that's young. Tell us about Thomas Harley.
Well, I believe that the world at Four Nations got to see what we see on a regular basis in Dallas, which is that Harley is a very composed, well-rounded defenseman. He, of course, came in as an offensive guy, great skater, not afraid to get in the attack, can shoot the puck. And one of the things about his game that's a little different from Miro's is he does shoot quicker. He's looking to shoot more. Miro likes to dish and distribute, and far from me to criticize his game because he's otherworldly too. But when he first got to Dallas, he was in the taxi squad. Remember those back in the bubble? We keep talking about the Edmonton bubble these days, but it was traumatic for everybody, I'm sure.
You don't remember the Flames exit there, or do you? Oh yeah, you would have remembered that. Yeah.
I kind of do. Yeah, Joe Pavelski had a big game against the Flames too, if I remember that. So the first game he ever played in the NHL was in that round robin for the teams that were seeded, and it was against the Colorado Avalanche. And he said the Stars looked terrible. We thought they were going to go home, maybe against Calgary in that first round, because in those play-in or warm-up games they just looked dreadful. And they turned a switch on somehow during the Flames series and then got rolling. Harley said it was eye-opening. He said the speed is, again, he was playing against McKinnon. Imagine having to face Nathan McKinnon as your first idea of NHL speed. And he went, I'll be a lot better in the next game. And then he didn't play much because, of course, the depth of the team and everything like that. Rick Bowness was the Stars head coach at the time, and he was adamant that Thomas Harley needed to work on the defensive side of his game. He said, I don't care how great his offense is. If he can't defend, he can't play for us. So the next year, now Pete DeBoer becomes head coach. And Bones was right, by the way. He knew what he was talking about. He's a great coach. Harley doesn't have a great training camp and gets sent to the AHL. And he played the full year there. It's 65 games or something like that. Didn't get called up once. The Stars GM, Jim Nill, said he thought that year, trying to dig the memory banks a little bit, that he was going to get recalled, injury by December or something like that. It never happened. They stayed very healthy. And Harley said, and I'll never forget this, when he got called up, it was late in the regular season. It was in March. And he kind of got an audition because we did have an injury. And he looked like a transformed player. And he said, I grew up. And what did he do? When they sent him down to the AHL, they didn't give him power play time. They didn't care about his offense. They said, we want you to learn and work on your defense. And he did that. And he said, he got into the minutia a little bit about stick position and angles based on the shoulder of the attacking player and what part of the ice you want to be at. I don't want to bore all the listeners with that, although maybe they want to hear it. And he said that that was really important to him to realize how to be a professional especially at the NHL level, right? In the minors, and again, I'm trying not to do this. We have a real hockey player in our midst, so I should let Rhett do it. But, you can get away with being a bit one-sided if you do something really well in the AHL, which is a phenomenal league. But if you have holes in your game, the NHL will find it very quickly, and they will exploit it very quickly. And Harley developed that, and he just continued to shine. He's such a good player.
Rhett, your thoughts on this series of the Jets? Just anything for Owen on the Stars or where this is headed?
No, I still think they're not as emotionally after those first two rounds or the individual rounds, the Stars and Colorado and the Jets coming back on that emotional. I don't see the emotion as high as it was in the first round. Like that St. Louis then Jets series was crushing and not to take anything away from it, but doesn't feel as emotional as the first round series for these two teams.
Do you think that's recency bias though, in the sense that meaning because of the way the both of those first round series ended, right?
Yes.
Because it's only game 3, right? Game 4 is tomorrow night.
We'll keep asking. That's my thought. Yeah.
I mean, those game 7s, those are two of the best we've ever seen, let alone the emotion of it. I can't imagine what it's like coming off of that and going, we're only a quarter of the way from our ultimate goal here. We got to do this again, possibly 3 more times. But, it's just going to say the way the Stars and Jets played, Dallas isn't a overtly aggressive team as far as the physicality and the animosity. They've picked it up a bit in the playoffs, probably out of necessity, but during the regular season, they were frequently out hit. And it's not because the guys aren't tough enough. They just don't play that game, right? Their game is puck possession, scoring chances, transition, trying to get stuff off the rush. It's not trying to tattoo teams up against the boards and trying to beat them off the ice. St. Louis definitely played that, and I think very well against the Jets. And I'm sure the Stars are trying to do that a little bit. But frankly, you know what? It's not necessarily Dallas getting in Hellebuck's way. It's his own guys. Some of the goals that have gone in the series for the Stars have been because he's been screened by his own players. And I don't know if Dallas gets any credit for that or not, but they're definitely trying to create some traffic. It's just been a lot of friendly fire.
What did you make of the kick versus not kick, goal versus no goal review? That was a confusing one. And the deeper we look in this rule book, the more confused I am about what's a goal and what isn't. I'll tell you that.
My take is not trying to sound Stars based, but for Jets fans, they're going to say, oh, he's a Dallas cover guy, so of course he's going to do it. It's a soccer thing, and it's easy. It's an own goal, right?
Yeah.
To me, there's not much of a distinct kicking motion. He clearly sticks his skate out to get the puck. It's not this huge, I'm going to kick one into the upper 90 kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But regardless of that, if you look at the trajectory, it's headed back across the crease. It's not going in.
Yeah.
Right. In soccer, it's an own goal if a defensive player or a goalie changes the angle of a shot that's not going in to go in. Sure. Well, if you watch Hellebuck, this isn't a deflection. He moves his stick and he literally swats it into his own goal. Yeah. It's unfortunate. I get it. I wonder if there was I think it was it Morgan Barron? There was a skate that looked like maybe took a little, it doesn't matter. We could do a Zapruder film on this and do the Seinfeld thing of the spit went back into the left. But ultimately, to me, I think we all knew there's no intent on Petrovic's part to try to kick this puck in the net. He's trying to corral one that on a rebound got into his feet. Every hockey player will see that in his feet, kick it out, and whatever. If you guys remember the first round series with the Colorado Avalanche, Arturi Lehkonen scored one of the goofiest goals I've ever seen, where he kicked it up over Jake Ottinger and in. I've never seen that before, but there's no way he's intending to kick that in, and the goal stood. And I thought that was more of a kick in than Petrovic. So my take is, regardless of the kicking motion, whether there was much of it or not, I don't think there is. It's not going in. It hits Hellebuck's stick, and it's not like it deflected off the heel of his stick and goes in. He literally swats it with the toe. So to me, I think they got the call right. But boy, it took 7 minutes. It was a long review.
Yeah, apparently they got the full Freebird song played, which
at
is
least to the guitar solo.
Yeah. Last one for you, Owen. Just an update on Miro Heiskanen. When do you expect to see him, and what kind of Miro Heiskanen are we going to see? Is it a guy laboring? Is it someone that you just think steps in and looks like himself?
It's hard to tell with Miro because every time you'd count him out, he'd come back and look superhuman. I don't know if we're going to see him in this series.
Really?
DeBoer said a couple of days ago he will play. But then every day it keeps getting pushed back one more. We've watched him skate. He's skating hard. But everybody made this big deal of, Jason Robertson came back before Miro Heiskanen. Jason Robertson had a minor tweak of, it looked like, they never said it officially. It looked like a knee. It looked like Michael McCarron of Nashville in the last game of the regular season kind of backed into him. And, that's like a sprain or something. Tweaked something. He's out a couple of weeks. He's back. That's not a long-term injury to come back from. Miro Heiskanen we still don't know exactly what kind of knee surgery and how to what degree it was. But whenever you have major knee surgery, you don't just pop back and feel yourself after 4 months or 5 months or something like that.
Sure.
So I'm honestly surprised that he's been that close. Maybe a testament to his athleticism and the work he puts in rehab. But frankly, guys, I don't know if we'll see him this round. And he's got to be close because they keep putting him through some pretty hard stuff now. But Pete has said repeatedly, the doctors have to sign off on certain things. It's not just that it does Miro feel good. I believe they've had a timeline the whole time, and may not be popular, but I don't think he was ever slated to play against Colorado. I think that was maybe a little gamesmanship from the Stars saying, well, there's a chance he could play. And then they just kicked the can because they truly knew he wasn't actually going to play. So, frankly, I don't think he's going to play this round.
And we talked about it. Like, if you're ahead in the series, no need.
I don't think you're going to risk it if bringing him back early at all. If you're ahead in the series, if you're down 3-2, or maybe you start thinking about it.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this, Rhett. Miro Heiskanen's long-term future that's more important even than a playoff run, isn't it?
Wow, it is. And you get, as a player, you have a hard time with that. Like, team needs me. I think I can help the team. I want to be in there. I play hockey because I want to win. We've got a really good team. We got a chance to win. I don't want to be out all of next year. Like, so it's a tough mental battle.
Yeah, I agree with that entirely.
Oh, and tell us about the podcast you're doing, what kind of schedule you're on, and where people can catch your work, and then we'll let you get out of here and back to your day.
A second shameless plug. Ryan, you're the best. I worked for the Dallas Stars as the radio host for the last 10 years. And then this past summer, I was approached by All City Networks. Didn't really think I was going to do it. And then they made me an offer I couldn't refuse. And so I started hosting the DLLS Stars podcast in August of 2024. And we've been doing it 5 shows a week ever since. Me, Craig Ludwig, our writer, Sam Nestler, and our columnist, Sean Shapiro, who is not always in Dallas, mostly in his remote in Detroit or suburban Detroit. And so we do 5 shows a week. If there's a game day, that means one of our regular weekday pods doesn't happen, but we do a pregame and a postgame. And for road games, a watch along. It's all on YouTube. It's also on all the audio streaming platforms, whether it's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, you name it. You can find that anywhere. But we have a show today, guys, 2:00 Central Time, with former Dallas Stars play-by-play announcer Ralph Strangis in our studio in downtown Dallas. It'll be me, Ralph, Luds, Sam, our producer John, all from 2 to 3 Central Time. So if you want to hear from the old Ralphie boy who is in Dallas for games 3 and 4, check us out on YouTube. Or by the way, it's also on Victory Plus now. Sorry, I forgot about that.
And Victory Plus, good Calgary story, by the way.
Yeah. Big
Thanks,
WHL
buddy.
now. Thanks, guys. Always a pleasure.
Right on. There's Owen Newkirk again of DLLS, All Things Stars. Digital, 5 days a week podcast. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to work for him.
It's a terrible idea.
Yeah, come on, guys. That sounds crazy.
Oh, good.
Tell me this flying cars.
Who could be sucked into something as dumb as that? What?
That's kind of a dumb moron. All right. That was our guest hotline for Crystal Waters. Air conditioner season, friends. Come on now. You know it's coming. The heat. That awful feeling. You're sticky. The sheets are so hot. You're burning up. Can't sleep at night. Now with Crystal Waters around right now, we're talking 10% off new air conditioners. Receive 1 year free maintenance, preventive maintenance. It's your crystal clear choice for all residential plumbing, heating, and cooling services. Crystal Waters Plumbing and Heating, your crystal clear choice for home comfort. 403-219-4100 or crystalclearcalgary.com. Okay, lots in there. We had to jump to that right away. We've talked about Rhett's adventures in Medicine Hat. Saw Cammie doing some good work down there for the WHL. It's a 2-3-2 in the Western Hockey League final. So they're on the van right now heading to Spoke.
Well, yeah, they play tomorrow. That's a 9-hour bus ride. I'm like, oof.
They go Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. They play 3 and 4 after that 9-hour bus ride.
That's heavy.
Who stood out to you last night? Did the Berkeley Catton kid jump or what?
Wow, yeah, the Spokane. I mean, I was kind of, when you're in a suite.
Were you schmoozing?
When you're in a suite and you're not really.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Ken Holland was there.
Kenny!
Ex-Tiger.
But does he tell you where he's going next?
No, but
it's been some whispers.
A lot of whispering.
A lot of whispers.
A lot of things being said.
That
would be professional reporting and interest in your career. So I didn't ask any of that crap.
You're a pro. Let's get to our opening statement.
Talked about Kami. It was great.
You talked about Kami. Yeah. Does he like Kami? Because
he likes Kami. But
everyone likes Kami. They golf together all the time. Kami goes to all his golf tournaments.
A lot of golfing.
But I think he was there when Kami was just done with Babs. So who knows? No, they're pals. That's good stuff. Opening statements from McLeod Law. We do that for Peter Klein, Shane King, and the rest of the gang, whether it's personal injury, if you need some work on that front, they'll take the stress off your shoulders. You're not alone. They can handle your legal, insurance, and medical claims so you can focus on recovery. Whether it's personal injury lawyers bringing extensive experience and understanding of your needs. They're in the community all the time. The Calgary roots, their longstanding client relationships right here in this city. not some 1-800 number of people in another city that don't know what's going on. Calgary folks. And of course, whether your challenge is business or personal, they're in it with you. Professionals with a common goal, helping clients meet their goals. Okay, so we talked about a couple things. Want to get to the whiteboard. I want to get to some of the controversial calls on the weekend. I think we have, 4 pieces of video, Jack? Got the Vegas.
Yep.
Why don't we start with last night, Dallas? So a couple things here. We discussed the kicking goal. Now, you may have been busy watching the Tigers.
I saw the highlights and heard about the delays and the. Hold on, they got it right.
Maybe, probably.
Guess what? You're the league, so you get to decide.
Yeah, maybe just decide quicker than 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Other thing from that game, Mason Marchment's a player with some edge and a guy that has a history with officials. There's a sequence that they showed on Hockey Night last night where a couple just stick here, Retro. A little tap on the shin of the referee. That's a little risky. Think
it's very risky, and I would leave it up to the ref to decide what the issue.
And that's that. I believe is what the rule book says. It's the discretion of the official to call that. I will say this: if I'm the NHL handing out parking tickets, this is an easy parking ticket because it's a precedent. You can't not find that.
And you can find it, and it doesn't mean anything.
Parking ticket, he doesn't miss a game anyway.
Yeah.
So, couple there. Vegas Edmonton played on Saturday. Sadly, didn't have my attention on that game. But I guess we'll have to check in and see what happens.
Busy. Can you let me know what
busy.
happened?
So busy.
Oilers, great luck for the Vegas.
And for us as well, because we get a better series, I think, now. 3-0, that thing was cooked, although obviously it would have been going to overtime. No Pickard tonight. He's been rolled out for game 4.
He's soft. God.
It was funny. I do remember thinking after game 2, boy, it looks like he's playing through something here in overtime. He kept stretching that quad. He got run into.
Oh, God. How are they hurt all the time? Like, are they playing a different sport than 10, 15, 20 years ago?
It's obvious. Hello. Not as tough as you guys were. So
they aren't, because even in Medicine Hat last night, 6-2 loss at home. No one's going to bump the goalie here? Or we're not.
No scraps?
Crickets? Oh, okay.
Maybe they needed you to give a speech after the game.
Couldn't believe it.
Do we have the Toronto, Florida goal, the game winner?
Sam Bennett.
Sam Bennett, another big goal. It was a tight one.
Playoff performer, you'd say. Hey, Ryan?
Yeah, playoff Sam Bennett's a thing for sure. He's going to get so much money this summer. As Bennett's coming in is pointing and saying, hey, you get that guy, this guy.
Pause.
There. Yeah, there it is. Look what he's saying, Rhett. There's a stick. He's pointing. It says McCabe. Go get that guy.
So it's important to recognize that Bennett's a lefty with the stick into the middle of the ice.
Right.
Now, I've also bitched about you can't let the pass go across.
Lesser of two evils.
I believe Tanev is playing this right, and he said it's McCabe coming back, and I don't know where he's headed.
And so Tanev's basically pointing to Bennett, saying, I'm going to take away the pass. Try to pester Bennett. Beat him to the net. Pretty damn good. They didn't test him at some, but it looked much better as the series has gone on. 2-2 going back to Toronto now. Feels like 7.
Wow, and when Toronto was up early game 1, I'm like, wow. Edmonton, Toronto. This is going to suck. I jinxed them.
Anything you can do to help. Appreciate it. Great. I think that's all the whiteboard we got. Is that it?
That's all.
Okay, very good. Okay, very good. We got a date. We are locked and loaded. May 30. We will see you at Greta for the 999. Rhett, what are the 9s all about?
I believe it's a baseball thing. 9 innings.
That's correct.
And what do you do at a ball game?
I eat hot dogs.
9 dogs.
Yeah.
What else do you do at a ball game?
I'll make it thirsty if I'm having 9 dogs.
You're going to drink 9 beer.
I think that's probably going to try to
be wonderful.
5 o'clock, Athletics, Jays, Greta, with the Origin Barn Burner Blondes are going to be there. Bonton Meat's going to source us some championship dogs to be eaten, like the Dog eating championship dogs, maybe.
Mhm, mhm.
The 999, you'll be able to participate. More details coming this week. Got a tete-a-tete avec Casey at Greta this week. So we'll hammer down some of these details. That's the meeting of the minds, tete-a-tete.
Oh, Croatian.
The idea being, come with your pals, enjoy some great Origin beer, hang out at Greta. We'll have T-shirts for those who complete it. Might even throw in some free gaming. You know Greta, tons of fun. It's the best.
And Pinder loves competition, so challenge him.
So does Jack. He'll be in it. Jack's going to be there. He and his Lugan buddies. Hopefully you guys don't get kicked out of Greta this time. Good idea, Jack.
Come on, Jack.
Yeah, that'd be ideal.
No, was that your fault or someone else's last time?
That wasn't my fault at all.
Right. Never Jack's.
It's never my fault. I'm excited for this.
Don't let old Pukey McGillicuddy come do this, eh?
Yeah.
Other buddies can do it, not him.
We don't need
You have a Pukey McGillicuddy in your wow.
Well, that's why they got kicked out of Greta, I think.
Oh, so weak.
That's pretty soft.
So weak.
Rhett's going to be there. RJ's coming in. We'll have representatives from Origin, Greta, maybe even Bontop. We're trying to convince Greg. I don't think it's going to happen. Either way, going to be a ton of fun. Can't wait. Good to have Greta back on board. We'll be at the alley down the side, and it'll be a ton of fun. The J's, the A's, the gaming, the hot dogs, the beers, the good times, the Barneys. So look for more details later this week as we get closer to the May 30, 999. Pinder Report time, Rhett. You ready?
Yes, I am.
Gonna get you all schooled in the world of sports.
Can't wait.
Everything you need to know. We're gonna have you covered. It's for Village Honda, our pals in the Northwest Auto Mall, and online at villagehonda.com. Your dealership for life. Want to buy your car? Pre-owned vehicles, can't get enough of them. They want them all. All makes, all models, appraisals complimentary. You get a deal done, you get payment in 24 hours, and a cruise voucher for 2. What? No obligation. Details now, villagehonda.com. Jack, we start with the Wrenches mailbag. Ryan Pike, taking your mail, talking about stuff. What have we got here? Oh, I like this topic. Dustin Wolf's next contract, off-season changes, and Mackenzie Weegar's future. Right, you tried to run Weegar.
I'm not touching that.
3 months ago, and the Wolf contract is a very interesting one for me because in this league, at that position, young guys really got to prove it. But this kid is such an outlier because he's been the best goalie in every league he's played in promptly, and isn't far from that already after just one full season in the NHL. I say give him all the money, right?
Well, I'm kind of the same way. And then in 3 years, you'll be able to go, geez, we really jumped the gun here. This is
maybe. There have been young guys that have popped up and looked great and then disappeared. But I don't know. It doesn't feel like Wolf is on that trajectory.
It doesn't, but
give me 8 years, please, because they got next year. Then he's got arb rights. Just lock him up to an 8-year extension. 9 more years of Wolf. Build around that.
Yeah, go ahead. Get it done.
Did you get to see the young Basha play?
I did. Yep.
I like this player a lot. I really liked him in Penticton. He's hardly played all year, and his Pike notes here. Played his first game of 2025 on Friday night, game 1 of the WHL Championship Series. Game 2 was last night. Let's start on Friday, opening shift of the game.
By Dawson and Cowan to answer.
Well, that didn't take long, did it, David? Those guys, especially with Gavin McKenna on the ice and then making plays.
It's still pressing. They score. Welcome back, Andrew Basha. He's got the Tigers up 1-0.
That's how you do it, Rhett. First shift back after missing months.
What's all this stress about? Let's just play.
Let's just go play. And beloved by his teammates, one of the longest serving Medicine Hat Tigers, Flames second rounder from this past summer. Welcome to the score sheet. First shift. Did you miss it? Yeah, he looks excited. Now let's fast forward to last night. Another quick start for the Tigers. Basha wasn't the only player returning from injury. Caden Lindstrom, the 4th overall pick in last year's draft, he also came back for game 1 of the finals.
Aaron Basha in on the left side. St. Martin joins in and dished it off. They score.
Look at Basha here.
How about the dish?
Great dish. Lindstrom pounces on the rebound, and Basha is going nuts for his pal that also has not played all year until the WHL final.
That I said it last week. You're heading Bash and Lindstrom.
It's like stars.
They're alone. They'd be one of the top lines in the
Yes. You just get to add that line after the line McKenna's on.
Yeah.
Crazy. Great sign for the Flames prospect. Great to see him on the ice. He is a late birthday, so he was a year older than most of his draft class, meaning he is eligible for the American League next year. Rhett, I imagine you're going to see a lot of Basha on the Wranglers next year. Go get him, kid.
Well, I'll wave a medicine hat, maybe.
I'd get him up to the Wranglers. Come on now. Let's go. Play a lot of junior already. Let's go. Let's take a look at the bracket. NHL, we are well into it. 8 teams left. Every series within striking distance. Nobody got the 3-0 stranglehold. Only one series has gone 4 games. That was the Leafs and Panthers last night. It's square. They all theoretically could be square through 4. Bottom games tonight. It is 5:00. Washington, Carolina, 7:30, Vegas, Edmonton. As for the results last night, we've talked about them. We'll show you them one more time. Florida's back in this series despite losing the first 2. They're all square. And Dallas with a chance to get a stranglehold heading home. Or is it Winnipeg evening things up? That's where that series lies. As for some of the notes on last night, we told you Rantanen was good. Here's some data backing things up right away after. How good's he doing, Jack? Well, in NHL history, 9+ goals and 8+ assists over a 6-game span. He's done it. Wayne's done it. End of list.
Woo. Short list.
Yeah, it's brief. Nice to not read like 10 names there. Really helps the show. Good Lord, he's on a heater. And I wondered, he didn't look great in Carolina. It was a slow start in Dallas. Maybe Colorado did know how much was Rantanen versus McKinnon. And, well, Naz knew. He was there. He was his teammate. They won a cup together a few years ago. Rule number 1, you always keep the dogs. #96, that's Rantanen's number.
Is that rule number 1? I didn't know that.
Well, Naz, it's a good rule to have. Keep the dogs.
But is it rule number 1? I mean, like,
always keep your dogs.
I've never.
What's your rule number 1? Put a goalie in net.
Don't be a dog.
Don't be a dog. No, that's a horrible rule.
Don't buy a dog.
Don't buy a dog. Yeah, don't be a dog owner. He's talking. Okay, different stuff.
Well, it's fairly easy to keep little pot shots right here too. I mean, Rantanen
been unbelievable. Tonight, here's what we're looking at. 5:00, Washington, Carolina, 7:30, Vegas at Edmonton. All right, let's go. Even series or 3-1 leads. We find out tonight. Odds are suggesting books like Carolina being up 3-1. -275. Oilers and Knights nearly a coin toss. Oilers slight favorites there. Difference in the over-under, you'll notice, Rhett.
Yes.
Goal down in Edmonton. This feels like a lot up top. I don't know. You sure you don't want to make that 4.5? It's been so low.
I know which way I'm leaning.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later on our bets, no doubt. Washington, Carolina, super low scoring, we've heard. On top of that, Vegas, Edmonton, the opposite. Edmonton's gone over 7 of the last 9. And, Pickard's been ruled out for game 4. But they do have a secret weapon in the building. Do you know this? Well, I'm in on the building, but in Edmonton, look who's jacked for the Edmonton Oilers. Just soaking in it. Loving life. Happy to be here.
Pumped.
Just jacked.
Never wanted. He's like Rantanen. Never wanted to leave.
Never. Yeah. Real hard. What are the other walls of that place like? Because that's a lot of orange and blue. Yeesh.
Well, if it's in Edmonton, I'm expecting all walls to be very similar because that's
nice to get a Kane signed jersey when you're not a lawyer. Hard to get, I'm told.
Oh.
I don't know if you saw what they're doing in Winnipeg, Jack. Red. Kyle Connor, they've been calling him Kyle bleeping Connor, which of course the acronym is KFC.
Connor KFC in Winnipeg. I repeat, a Kyle Connor themed KFC is now in Winnipeg for the whiteout. Oh, it's so cool. 1275 Portage Ave. It's to celebrate round 2 for the Jets. Now the big crunch meal is all I need before the whiteout to keep me fueled for the game. And also it's like a big crunch ritual at this point. The new signs look great as well, KFC. Go off and go Jets go. Kyle Connor, KFC. I was saying Kyle Fabulous Connor, by the way. What did you think I was saying?
All right, that's enough. TikTok there, sure.
That's horrible.
They rebranded. As soon as Jack saw that, cooked. Jets are done. That's what he wrote back to me.
Right, what do you think?
Yeah, if you're going to be that cheesy, you're hooped. That's
very cheesy.
We don't need to carry on. This is
the equivalent of the Senators song.
This might be worse, I'll be honest.
The fan anthems really are just a stroke of horrible luck for these teams. Remember when the Flames were looking good against the Oilers? The fan anthem dropped. Goodness. Cratered the franchise. Quarter century team was finally announced, right? I know you were very jacked on this.
Oh, finally we can see it all.
Somehow Nikita Kucherov, who I think might be leading the quarter century in scoring, did not make this team.
There's a bias?
A lot of good players there, sure. Marc-Andre Fleury, Roberto Luongo.
I still don't understand the trickling out of the player because none of it makes now there's all kinds of goalies in there that played in the 90s and
they were just trying to do a slow trickle. Didn't really make a lot of sense.
Yeah, but you could again, we've discussed it. How about 5 at a time?
Good work.
Because it's divisible by.
You're the math guy, Rhett. I don't know. I'll trust you on that. WHL final. We talked about it.
And Johnny was in there.
Johnny was there. He made the team. Rhett, your curse lives on. Last night, Gavin McKenna failed to register a point. The first time in 55 games.
Sorry, Gav.
190 days. You had 137 points over that span. 40 of them goals. What a bust. Cam Robinson.
I don't know why I feel responsible, but
I bet you gets back on the score sheet in Spokane because you're not going to Spoke, are you?
Well, as long as his hip's okay and that bus ride doesn't get him down.
I think he's probably used to the bus ride. I'm not sure about the hip. Here's your schedule for the finals. It is 2-3-2. Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. A lot of hockey, not a lot of time. God, that's a lot. Sunday, Monday, if necessary. In the hat, Rat. Whew.
Sunday, Monday. I'm going back.
You going back?
Oh, can't wait.
Gavin's pumped. You can't wait to see it.
Yeah, he'll be excited to have me there. Yeah.
And if those games, if necessary, happen, we'll have Cammie on next Monday. She's been covering this series for the WHL, doing a great job there.
Brett, did you stay in that hotel with all the water slides?
No, I stayed in a hotel with a water slide, but not the one you're thinking of.
That's a great hotel.
Really, eh?
Oh, yeah. Just like back in the day with the boys, hockey trips.
I was going to sleep in my truck, but then I was like,
What was the appeal of sleeping in the truck? Just so comfy or
cheap?
Yeah, okay.
I had my sleep mask. I was fine.
Yeah. My nephew just got back from a spring hockey thing in Lethbridge. He said they had an Australia-Hawaii themed hotel. Couldn't believe it.
Lovely.
Yeah.
I could say this, leaving Medicine Hat this morning.
Yeah.
I should have videoed it.
Mm-hmm.
The tumbleweeds blowing
down
the street was epic. It was really something to see. There would be people in their lives that have never seen anything like it. Like
never seen a tumbleweed even. Never mind plural. Tumbleweeds.
Oh, exciting stuff. What a day.
What a time to be alive. Let's get some NFL news. We got an opener. Super Bowl champs usually open up Thursday, right? There it is. Thursday, September 4, season opener, and they get the stinking Cowboys. Jack, who are we cheering for here? Your state rivals or
neither? Can
Pickens?
I cheer for neither?
You're cheering for a cancellation.
Yes.
Okay. Cheer for tie.
Now it's football. Let's have some good football. Everyone get excited.
You're
off the Steelers this year anyway, Jack, so it doesn't matter.
That's true. Where is this game? Cowboys, Eagles.
Imagine it'd be Philly.
Really, yeah.
Doesn't say though. That's a good point. Right, remember who the worst team in baseball was last year?
White Sox.
They were historically bad. They were like one of the worst teams in like 100 years. Well, hang on. 2024 White Sox, hold my beer. That's what the 2025 Rockies are saying. 6-33.
Ooh.
They're on pace for like less than 30 wins here.
Ooh.
They already have allowed 134 more runs than they've scored.
Ooh.
Oh. ERA is near 6. And basically, WAR is wins above replacement. So if you just went and got the best player in AAA, you'd be a 0. Their team is minus 1.4. Poof.
Well, lofty goals. You want to make in the history books, you got to commit.
Yeah. We should be a mandatory Rockies lose bet for Bet365 every day. We'll see. We start that. See how that goes.
Let that ride.
Cavs were in action on the weekend. They were in Halifax facing the Wanderers. Not an easy place to play, but look at the score here, Rhett. Already 2-0. Bang, Ali Musi. Second of the game. That's a brace. That's what the kids call it. So what? You're not so loud now, fans. I thought I heard you cheering with it, huh?
Oh.
3-0, 3 points, a pair for Ali Musi, and the Cavs. Nice little run here. Back-to-back wins. Good work, fellas. Yeah, the coach wasn't too happy about it. Next action, they're back at home, Rhett. Saturday, 3:30.
How's the weather? Let's go.
It could be a little wet, but it's a long weekend footy. Come on, let's go. They got a
long weekend. It'll definitely be wet because
that is a rule around here. I was telling that to Jack. You could set your watch to bad weather every May long ever.
Oh yeah, make
All
big
the time.
plans. Make big plans.
We usually drive back from Montana and it's been snowing multiple times.
And probably wonderful in Montana.
Yes.
Yeah. You're like, oh yeah, we're coming back. Oh geez, what happened here? Shoot, guys, that's a long weekend. That's tough. Calgary Surge, their season underway. Yeah, the Hoopers and the Dimers, threat. They were up in the cultural capital.
You're damn right.
Jameer Nelson Jr. Big comeback. He was part of it. Cavs win. I think it was a late comeback. They do the target score we told you about.
Yeah.
Big W over Edmonton. Jameer's new to the team, was asked about the rivalry between Calgary and Edmonton. It's good stuff here.
And talk to me about that winning basket in target time. What were you thinking? Talk us through it.
I didn't know I was going to get that open. I got full speed, so there was no reason for me to stop. Yep.
Absolutely. This is your first taste of the Edmonton and Calgary rivalry. What do you think?
I love it. They got to come to our crib, right? Yes. Come to our crib. I love it.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Jameer. Appreciate it.
He said I love it like 6 times. This is one of our boys. Anyone that gets into Calgary Edmonton rivalries, we got their back. Next action for them. They got a bunch on the road to start, Red, before they come home.
Yeah.
It's Niagara and then Winnipeg.
The Bears. Sea Bears.
Yeah. Good swimmers, I'm told, eh?
The Niagara River
Eat some seals, you got to be able to swim.
Niagara.
What is that, the Sundowner? Yeah, okay.
I was just going to say, maybe we have a road trip. Yeah.
Close to Buffalo. Maybe Rob Ray will come up, visit us. Whatever works. Remember the boss? We told you about the bear that sired all the bears.
Not Springsteen?
No, different. This one's a little scary.
This boss.
I don't know if this is the boss or not, but someone in Banff sent this.
Me. But you got to remain calm and don't run.
Oh, really?
Have the pepper spray at the ready.
That's a unit.
Stop for
that's where the video ends. I don't know if he made it or not. Jack, is he alive?
I'm totally just running.
You're cooked. If you
I know,
yeah.
but I don't know how you could just.
They're kind of playful things. So if you start running, they think it's a game of chase. That's my knowledge of the situation. Rhett, what do you know about bears?
Stay the other way. That's what.
You see pups, run the other way. If you see the pups, you don't want to see mom. That's all you need.
Oh, if you see the pups, you're who?
Cubs, yeah.
That thing is massive.
Rec, has a snake ever bit you in the balls?
Not yet.
Okay. Well, better luck than this guy. Tough go here.
Darat.
Oh, how does the snake get up here? Shorts there? That's not ideal. I guess is it paid? We had a better weekend than that guy. That's guaranteed. All of us here had a better weekend.
Oh, why are you showing this?
Yeah, not good. Just a reminder, a little perspective. Life's good, Rhett. We got it easy here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too bad Dean wasn't here for that. I'm sure he would have loved that one.
Oh, well, we can send it to him. That's
now Snoop Dogg's a very influential guy. You know that, right? I didn't realize he was in on picking the next pope. Not great.
Snoop a loop.
Now, what would you prefer? Like a self-driving car or like drunken 20-year-olds like Jack's buddies on a golf cart? Like what's more dangerous?
Jack's buddies.
I think so. Luckily we have videos of both, Rats. So here we go. Oh shit. Are you guys okay?
No, I'm not okay. You just
how in the world? Fellas, have we driven before? And I love how he just bails.
Yeah,
he's
the
like,
guy
see you
driving
fellas.
just totally
Yeah, I'm out of here.
bails.
You guys are crashing. Hey, you okay? I'm really worried about your health. Are you okay? It's weird. I jumped out of there and all of a sudden it just went this weird. Yeah, your hand came off the wheel. Yeah. Are you okay? I do think robots could drive better than that, right?
You guys should have jumped out.
All right, let's go to LA where someone's having a Monday.
Yeah. I'm going to be pulling the car over while we are trying to assist the car. Oh, hold on just a second.
Oh my goodness. I just better not be late for the flight. You guys are going to take care of the flight. That part.
I'm really so sorry.
Yeah, because this is crazy.
A lot of hot laps there.
What a world we live in.
Yeah.
But are you going to go on the Waymo app or are you just going to crawl up to the front seat there? And
I wonder what happens if you tug on that wheel. Yeah.
Well, it can't turn if I'm.
I don't. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I've ridden in one of those.
Have you?
Yeah, we went down for the nation vacation to Arizona to watch the Coyotes in the online at villagehonda.com. New in-stock inventory on the ground. Start your automotive adventures at Village Honda, where new vehicle pricing is MSRP. It's your dealership for life.
For life.
Okay. A couple things to do. We got our bets. And it is the playoffs. So I do want you to take note of the Origin Brewing playoff bundle. You've been saying for years. Oh, look at this. Well-dressed, Rhett. Full screen, I'm Jack. Let's go.
Don't full screen me.
Yeah, show us your. There you are. Great stuff. Good looking shirts.
Oh, yeah.
How many times people moaning about, when are you guys going to do some merchandise? Well, here's some merchandise. Origin, Barn Burner collab. Here's the thing, though. It's not just the shirt. It's also a 4-pack of the Afterburner Pale Ale. It's also a 4-pack of the Barn Burner Blonde. All that. Under $50, you're crazy. It's true. Go to the website, Origin Brewing. Go to the store, Jack. I believe you can place the orders right on the store. While supplies last, it is the Barn Burner Playoff Bundle, $45. What a deal. Pick your shirt size. Get your multiple 4-packs of delicious Origin beer. OriginBrewing.ca is the website. And then you click on store at the top. Is that it? Yeah, shop. That's what it is. Click on shop. Bang. Easy. Also, if you haven't, make sure you swing by their Calgary location. It is the OC, Origin Calgary. The brand continues to grow. On top of the malting and brewing facility and the tap room in Strathmore, they're now in the Northeast. It's never been easier to sit down for a pint of Origin or take home cans, growlers, even kegs for yourself. 943 28th Street Northeast. Still going strong in Strathmore as well. Do check the hours. It's kind of a Friday to Sunday shop up there. Yeah. Rhett's got the pack. Huh? You should too. Let's get to our bets. Playoff games tonight, 2 of them. We talked about overs and unders. Lots you can do with our pals at Bet365. If you want to get on the action for the Stanley Cup playoffs at Bet365, they've got you. From game props, player props, totals, and the money line. You can even bet on futures like series winners, conference champs, Stanley Cup champions, and much more. Whatever your bet is, it is never ordinary at Bet365. Download the app, get in on the game. An official partner of the Stanley Cup playoffs must be 19 or older. Am I crazy, Rhett, or is one series yelling overs and one series yelling unders?
It does, it does scream that, but it's the playoffs. You never know.
There's no guarantees here. I did juice the line on the Oilers game. 6.5 is the line. I juiced it to get to the nice plus 155.
I like that.
I checked. The Oilers have had 6 or fewer twice in 9 games. Meanwhile, Carolina under 6 of 8 times. Anyway, we'll see if those trends continue. If you want to bet on the Blue Jays today, that's one thing you can't do on Bet365. They're off, but you can wager on tomorrow's game. They just swept the Seattles. Huh?
So they're not the worst team in the major.
No, they're not as bad as Colorado. In fact, I think it gets them back to 500, which is better than 6-33. Yeah. What's the day hold for you, sir? What do you got?
I don't know. It's kind of that in-between weather. We need lots of rain, so I can't complain about the rain. Rain, go ahead. If you're going to be gray, rain away.
It helps out at Strathmore. Let's hope they're getting this rain. They're always talking about soil moisture. Let's go.
I got a lot of feedback on how dry it was for the farmers in Medicine Hat. So
right.
Here's praying.
Let's get that rain down to the hat. Okay. We'll be back tomorrow. It sounds like we'll have Jay Rosehill.
Do we have any update on the galoot?
Just the one picture. We can show it again. It's not.
We do have some super chats, by the way.
Okay, good. Let's
but
get
have
to
we had any feedback? Like he's on some weirdo trip.
He is on some weirdo trip. It really, I'm worried about him. It's not traditional.
He's probably in hog heaven, and for everyone else that would never even consider doing what he's doing, and would be just like, I'll be home. This is dumb.
How's the roadie going? He sent that one picture. And I said, oof, that's a lot of Oilers. And he said, yeah, they love the Oilers here. That's all we've said.
Do you think he's getting like banged up and mixing with people, or
no? He hates people. No,
I think he's ordering in and not.
He tried to go out and look at the picture. I mean, he got stuck in Oilers land.
And we'll get no feedback on it. It's not like he's going to tell us how it went or what he got into.
No.
To do
no
it.
Idea. Yeah. Anyway, he'll be back later in the week, maybe.
We think.
Super chats, let's go. Super chats. Proceeds go to the youth centers of Calgary, a place where kids are welcomed and accepted as they are, a place where they can get a break from the chronic stress that is the reality of many of their lives, and they can flourish, have fun, make connections at the youth centers of Calgary. Let's get to it, Jack. Ken, $5. Really want to know how Rhett felt hearing his son's name being called in the draft this weekend. Well, you didn't hear it live because we were doing a show. I think it was Thursday. It happened.
Do they call out your name in this junior draft?
If you're watching a live stream, I guess. I mean, someone has to say. Well, you got to be a proud dad.
Oh, I'm happy for him. Very happy for him. Excited. Yes. Great.
Lovely avatar, Ken, as well. How did Ken earn a wrench? Or did you just self-anoint wrench?
I think he's self.
Yeah, that's a self-anoint wrench.
Ace here. Ace. Soft gloss. Next. Handsome Dan, look at this. Fellas, the birds are chirping, the sun is sunning, and the fish are biting.
God, you're very
amazing
similar
what
to
one win for charity can do for your disposition. Go VGK. Let's get another 150 for the kids. For the kids, right? I can't disagree with them.
For the kids.
Now, if you're just joining us and not familiar, Handsome Dan was putting up money for every Flames win this year and even more money for every Dustin Wolf victory in the season. And then each round of the playoffs, he's randomly selected a team to keep donating to the kids. Round 1 just happened to be LA. Second round, apparently it's Vegas.
Good on you, Dan.
Go Vegas, I guess, Dan, for the kids.
For the kids.
And thanks for your contributions. Sun's sunning. He must not be in Calgary, eh? Sun's not sunning here, Jack, is it?
Well, maybe it feels like it's sunning.
It feels like it's got to be on the island. It's got the fish biting. Yeah.
It's not always sunny here, and Dean always has a warm and friendly
sunny disposition.
Yeah. So, I mean,
set your watch to it.
It's just your take on life. That's all.
Any other supers, Jacko?
No, that's all.
All right. Just two.
Just two.
All right, for the kids. Come on, guys.
I'm hungry. Let's go.
We'll be out of here. We'll be back tomorrow. Enjoy the games tonight. Washington, Carolina, 5 p.m. Vegas, Edmonton at 7:30. See you, buddies.